G'day YouTube, Turbo Tristan here. In today's video, I'll be fitting some Type R parts to my non-Type R K24 turbo build.
Hello, and it's Stu from StuTube. I'm helping Tristan today, and I've lost your 10mm socket already.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's been a minute since we've done a Civic build update, but I've got a ton of parts just down here, which we're going to go through some of those. I've got my master mechanic mate, Stu. That's a mouthful, master mechanic mate Stu, but he's the only real mechanic around here. But he's come all the way from Mongolia, or Perth via Mongolia, to be here for a killer crossover today. So we're each going to do a video. I'll link Stu's channel below. I've already shared it before. Stu is actually the guy that bought me the Wuhan war whistle for my first ever turbo build on my D series. So he's the man. So in the comments below, thanks Stu for the Wuhan war whistle.
My pleasure, bro. You're the reason I started YouTubing, so yeah.
Help him be successful. This guy goes on adventures all over the world, does all kinds of crazy stuff, and the scenery is always changing. So check him out. He's only got one video up, but by the time this goes up, hopefully
episode 2 will be finished, and then I'll be starting all the rest. I've got hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of things to make, so yeah.
Weeks and months of footage.
Yes.
All right, so in this box down here, we have plenty of parts. This is a genuine Honda K20 oil pump. So I've already gone ahead and ground down the surface here so that this will fit onto the K24 engine. I'll throw a video of me doing that right here. So pretty much this is how the oil pump comes. And we've got that thin lip there, which we need to grind down and cut off. So I'm just going to get that done. Basically going to take a heap of material off up until that bolt hole there, and then straight across, and we'll see how we go. But there's plenty of room to remove heaps and heaps of material, so I'm just going to do that. Tons and tons of videos online on how to do this. So what I'm going to do is put some tape around all of those holes and ports and just tape off around that shaft there. Obviously tape up that hole, tape up in there, make sure that there's no metal shavings can get anywhere near this oil pump, and I'm going to pretty much take out all that meat there, and that will be sweet to go on soon. So there we go, finished product. It's all grinded down. I took off all of that meat that didn't need to be there, right back to this footing here and that footing there. Just got rid of all of it. Really, it just was a aluminium fin that goes along there. It doesn't need to be there. It's not going to affect anything to do with the oil pump. Just like these fins here don't have any effect on the oil pump. If you really, really wanted to, you could grind those off as well. Totally unnecessary. We're not going to do that. But there we go. I'm going to give that a really thorough clean. Even though I taped up everything, I'm still going to clean it off. And that's ready to go in the car. All right, and we're back. This is everything you need. You've got the windage tray. Nearly forgot what that was called. I've got flywheel bolts there. I've got a rear main seal, and I've got a timing chain. I've got all fresh bolts from Temple Racing, and I've got the V-belt that goes on here. Well, I'm old school. We're always going to call it a V-belt, but it's a 7PK 1385. Shout out to the dude on their Facebook page that gave me the right length to get, so thank you. I've also got a K20 flywheel that's been machined, and a competition clutch kit which I got from Elusive Racing. That's to support around about 600 horsepower. I think there might be 500, but more than this thing's going to make. We're aiming for about 450 at the wheels, so that clutch will more than do the job there. I also have a VCT gear. This is a 50-degree Type R VCT gear, which will allow me to have much more timing adjustment in the engine or in the intake cam. This is from a Type R Civic EP3, so we're going to do that. Just on that, I will be launching my own range of parts that are OEM plus. So these are actually from England, which is where the EP3 and the FN2 were manufactured. So we'll be using parts from the genuine supplier, and they'll be coming to you soon. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing a host of K-Series parts from all the top brands. Things that aren't from the top brands, that are from the top manufacturers that make the top brands. So we'll be getting you guys some big savings in the future. So stay tuned for that. It's all happening soon. The Empire is launching.
Awesome.
To do this job, you'll need quite a few bits and pieces, general tools, but I also popped down to Elusive Racing and I grabbed this cam locker. So this goes in the back of the engine. Down here, there's a couple of pins, holds the cams in place over there. What I'm going to do now is pull this apart, take the top off, make sure everything's at top dead center, and then I'll chuck this on a time lapse. There's a million videos online about how to do this, which is how I learned to do it. So I'm not going to pretend that I know how, but I do have Master Mechanic over here just in case I stuff it up. So we'll get to work doing that.
Cue cool music.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is
just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. Yeah.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing. Yeah.
All right, so the timing chain is off. All of the guides are off. I've cracked the VCT gear. This is the RBB, which is the non-Type R models. They have RBB stamped on them. We're going to put an RBC one on there, which is the Type R. This one on here says it's got 12.5 degrees movement there, and it's either way, so that is 25 degrees movement. The one that we're going to put on there is 50 degrees, so it gives you twice the variable intake timing, so it can move in different directions while the car's running, depending on the RPM, the oil pressure, the boost, the timing, all that sort of stuff. So worthy upgrade. You can pick up huge amounts of power just by changing this one sprocket. So I'm just going to install the new one now. It couldn't be any easier, really. There's a mark that it goes onto. There's a pin, and that slides right in. We can see that the timing marks, well, they don't actually fully line up, but that's how they were where this engine was stopped and turned off. That's how they were, just slightly offset there. But you've got the crank is at top dead center. We can check that with a long screwdriver down the plug one, cylinder one hole, but the cam has been locked when it was at top dead center, so I'm confident to run with that. Too bad if I'm wrong, but we're putting it together.
And we'll bar the engine over too when we're done.
Yep. So what do you mean by bar it over? So it's
Turn it over with the bar, breaker bar, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
That's...
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'ma ride or die for my dreams on tap. I'ma fly real high, you ain't see me slack. No, it's not how you fall, it's how you get right back up. That's how you get tough, calluses on my hands so rough. Yeah, I call your bluff, I'm not the one. Mess with me, come down with none. Cause I'm so done, you had your fun. And now you're gonna face down the barrel of the gun. Cause I got a full clip, put your name on it. But I'ma let you slide cause you ain't worth it.
I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
it's much later in the night, as you can see. Out there it's dark, the lights have come on. We aren't wrapping this up today, even with the expert mechanic's help, which he actually helped me figure out how the timing chain went back on. That sounded a bit weird, but he helped reassure me that it was right, because it doesn't quite sit all the way down in the grooves. But we looked at the photos we took beforehand, and he assured me that that's how it was. That's how it goes, because he does this on giant things in the mines all the time. So we're sweet to go. The only issue is, and the reason why we haven't buttoned it all up is my fault. I actually stripped the Allen key head on this bottom bolt here, so I've marked it with a white texter, and I'm going to wrap everything up in a plastic bag, clean up all the extra oil that washed out. The battery died, but the K20 oil pump is on. Everything is sweet there. I'm probably in another later video going to pull apart the K24 oil pump and just see if I can remove those counter shafts and see if it'll still work without them. You know, just for curiosity to see if the budget guys could do that to help get the K24 revving harder. For as much as I can tell, the difference is it doesn't have those counterweights, the balancing shafts, which would go in the TSX Acura or the Honda Accord Euro to make it a nice, smooth, quiet, drivable daily car. When you take those off, you get the vibrations that naturally occur in a 4-cylinder engine, and this doesn't have them because it's the K20 Type R oil pump, and it's all about revs, high-end power and everything like that, so you don't care about some vibrations that you might feel in the cabin, which they do it on Camrys, they do it on heaps and heaps of modern engines. They put those counterweights in there that spin counterclockwise in the bottom, and it stops the vibration from the rest of the engine in the cabin. So yeah, they're on European luxury cars. Any thoughts, Stu?
We've done well.
We've done well?
We've done well.
Is this your first time working on a Honda?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Oh, actually no, I've worked on my Honda at home, but it's got 2 wheels, not 4.
motorbike. He's a bike boy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm too pussy to ride a motorbike at the moment.
So am I.
I don't really trust myself, and yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up in some plastic bags I've got over there, just to keep the dust and everything out, and then I'm gonna clean up. And we're gonna call it a day, but not a complete fail. We tested some products, which so when I release them for you guys on my website, that they'll be right. So we know what we need to complete a kit to do a VCT upgrade kit with all genuine parts out of the UK and make it work on here. So now we know what to do. We're going to do it. I'm going to get it organised so I can get you guys some big savings on buying the genuine kits. Like I mentioned, we didn't quite get to finish today. I've wrapped the engine up in plastic bags and it's going to sit that way until I can get one of those extra screws. But yeah, thanks Stu for coming down. Make sure everyone checks out StuTube and his adventures. Totally not about cars, but about some really cool adventures and all over the world stuff and more to come. So pretty cool. Hopefully I can get across to the other side of the country and go visit Stu and do a hike or a tour or something with him one day. But
that'd be awesome.
So any last words, mate?
Just spool up and we'll see you in the next video.
Cheers.